Let's go round the dial and feature some of America's best radio talkers from WTAM Radio in Cleveland, where he holds court weeknights. Bob Frantz joins the fray at MidPoint. Bob, it's a pleasure to have you on the show, my friend.
Good afternoon, Ed. Good to be here.
All right, boss, here we go. Ohio has not, now this I picked off right out of the Cleveland Plain Dealer. Ohio has not recovered 120,000 jobs lost since the recession. Some say the number is higher. Bob, excuse me, we're being told that Wall Street is up, 17,000 is hit on the Dow Jones. Economy's good, everything's fine, man. What's wrong with you guys in Cleveland?
Well, you know, the irony about that is during the first few years of the Obama administration, well, more specifically, since Governor John Kasich was elected, it was the reverse. When the economy was going to regain its footing, when Obama came into office, and the unemployment rate went from, 7.1 or something like, 7.1 or something like that when Bush left office, and it skyrocketed to 10.1 when Obama was really implementing the stimulus plan. When all of that was going on, Ohio was actually gaining jobs well ahead of the pace of the nation. And now it seems to be reversed. The nation seems to be adding more jobs, but Ohio is still struggling, or actually going back now and struggling a little bit. So Governor John Kasich really inherited a mess here from Ted Strickland, his predecessor in the gubernatorial mansion here in the state of Ohio. He has done a very nice job, but he did a few controversial things as well. It is slowing growth, I think, at the local, municipal, county, and of course in the safety forces rates or in those locations because of drastic measures that he had to take, honestly, to get Ohio's state budget under control. We were operating in such a deep, deep red sea of debt when Governor Strickland left. Governor Kasich, in order to get the state back on its feet and back in the black, he cut the spending that was sent to the local municipalities, as they say, in counties. It was all part of SB 5, in which he tried to give, when he first came into office, he tried to give local school boards and municipalities and counties an opportunity to renegotiate contracts with unions without collective bargaining. And those sorts of things were supposed to give the counties more flexibility to keep hiring, and the municipalities to keep hiring. And at the time, it was, I think it was a good idea, but he lost that fight. There was a referendum, and the people of Ohio voted that down. So now the funding was cut to a lot of these local level employers, particularly government employers, and it has reached into the private sector as well. And so there are a lot less Ohioans perhaps getting opportunities now than they had early on in the Kasich governorship.
Is there any thinking whatsoever that this may be tied to the federal government or the people in Ohio asking for help from the feds, or blaming Barack Obama or the Republicans or anybody else except for what has happened in state?
It's truly the same, Ed, in Ohio as it is everywhere else. It's a split. If you are a Republican in the state of Ohio, you're blaming Obama and saying Kasich has had to take these drastic actions. It's not his fault. If it wasn't for the Obama federal economy, the state of Ohio would be fine, and we wouldn't have to, cut the money out at the local levels. If you're a Democrat, of course, it's all John Kasich's fault, and we need a new governor, we need a Democrat, et cetera, et cetera. So it really, it's no different here in this, this bellwether state, which it really, really is. 2 years away from the 2016 election, I think Ohio is once again going to be, the battleground state that has to be won for the White House to be decided.
Bob, immigration, of course, is the issue that everybody is talking about. We don't hear it affecting Ohio much, certainly not up in Cleveland, but it touches every citizen right now. What are the people on your show on WTAM saying about the immigration issue, certainly what's happening in Southern California and other places?
Well, it affects people in Ohio a lot more than you might think, Ed. We're not a border state, obviously, but there is a significant population of illegal immigrants, workers, especially in the east side of Cleveland and the eastern side of Northeast Ohio, where they are taking jobs, and not just migrant farm worker jobs. They're taking good construction jobs from Americans who are, obviously hoping to get back to work. So it affects Ohio just as much as it does a lot of other states. People might not realize that. What we're saying here and what is simple mathematics. We are $17.6 trillion in debt in the United States of America. This country cannot meet the obligations to provide for the basic necessities that tax dollars are supposed to provide for the 320 million people that are already here. Mm-hmm. We cannot allow millions more to flow across that border unchecked and expect to be able to provide for them, while again failing to provide for those who are already here. Our debt is unsustainable, and for this to continue, and we need to realize this too, and this is what I'm hearing a lot of. Fortunately, people get this, at least that I talk to on WTAM 1100. If you take that, what is it? How many undocumented children, unaccompanied children have come across in the last few months? Some 52,000.
Over 50,000, yes.
More than double the rate from a year ago. Okay, take that number and multiply it by a factor of 3 or 4. Because where are they going to go? There are not enough American, foster families willing to take these kids in. These kids are not going to be raised by the state. They're going to have to be raised by people. All right. So what's going to happen is they're going to send for their parents. The Obama administration, in the interest of humanity or humanitarian causes, they're going to say these children are here. We have to provide for them. We have to take care of them. Who best to do it but their parents? They're going to bring them over here. And then, of course, when they get here, they're going to hatch new kids, and they're going to have more anchor babies to set up, put their stakes down on United States soil. And I honest to God believe that a planned invasion of the United States, planned by Barack Obama, and the Democrat strategists at the federal level to create an influx of new Democratic voters in this country when they get the amnesty. And I just heard your cuts there with John McCain blaming the House for not passing comprehensive immigration reform. Thank God somebody is not just steamrolling forward with a plan that will honestly bankrupt this country and really limit the freedom that the rest of us who are already here have.
Bob, we're all out of time. We didn't even get a chance to get to LeBron James and Johnny Football, for crying out loud. All right, next time you come on the show, we'll talk about Johnny Football with a dollar bill that's all rolled up in a bathroom and stuff. We'll talk about that sometime. Please, yeah, some other time.
He's going to continue to make those decisions.
He'll blow up sooner or later. Bob, thank you so much. Bob Frantz, WTAM 1100 in Cleveland. We'll do it again, my friend. Take care.
My pleasure. Looking forward to it.
And we didn't even talk about LeBron James, maybe, although everybody in the control room is screaming at me about that one, okay? Stick around. This is MidPoint, where every day we question everything.